First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect Akim, pushing this word with truth and sincerity. And shalom to the sincere believer. All right, the Akim wa Akwath, who subscribe to this truth. This is the brother Karathas of Men of Valor, Las Vegas camp. Coming back with another lesson, Lord willing, to be edifying. I'm going to start here in 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, and verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. All right? The prophets are speaking and are directed to speak the words of prophecy to his people, Israel. Yasher Allah. All right? It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right, these words, will come to pass. All right, as everything that, is said by the Lord, it will come to pass. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahshai is not a power that he should lie. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. All right, the unfaithful of this world. Starting with Israel first and foremost, because the Lord is going to judge Israel first. All right, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, his people. All right. This is the word incredulity, which pretty much just means lack of faith, but let's prove it. Disbelief. The state of being unwilling or unable to believe something. Why? Because the Lord has a veil. All right. The undesirables, the dross of our nation. All right. That's why Yahweh Shai said, blessed is he who has the ears to hear and the eyes to see. And what they are speaking against us, that's also, if we go here in the book of Ezekiel, why the Lord said this. I believe it's in verse 9. Nope, I'll start at 7. It says, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me, for all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Let's go into what impudent. H2389 Hazak. Strong, stout, mighty, severe, sharp. Let's look it up like this. No, not showing respect. Due respect for another person. All right. So they have no respect for the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Behold, I have made thy face strong against thee, against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. So just as hard, and think they got it going. Hey, we have a more sure word of prophecy. All right. The elect is rooted in this truth. All right. And our mindset, our faith is ultimately stronger than theirs. Okay. It says, as an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. There you go. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Okay? So the Lord gave us that, forehead as an adamant stone, to combat these reprobates of Israel with. Alright? And you gotta be stupid, because here in the 5th verse, everything is coming to pass that we see. Behold, the Lord, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what we're on the brink of seeing, man. We're seeing how the Lord is unfolding everything, and the only way to get out of here, alright, is to have a covering from Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Alright? Is going to be divine intervention. Okay? Miracles and a chariot, man. Because this place is about to get, burnt up. So let's go here. 1 Corinthians 4. I'm going to read and 10. It says, we are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise. In Hamashiach we are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. Okay? And as the Most High said, he will use the weak things to confound the wise. Alright? And our foolishness is, not stupidity, but our faith to believe something that's not here yet. To be on the that's why in the verse above it says, for I think that the Most High has set forth the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to the angels, and to men. Alright? We're a sight to see. How did these men obtain the knowledge, the dark secrets of the prophecies? How do they know? And that's, hey, it says that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, okay? That these are the ones that are, the ones getting beamed up by the strangeness of the salvation. These were them. All right, people not gonna believe it, man. But that shows that the Lord deals with the meek. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 1:18, and it says, "For Hamashiach, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness." Right, those of you in a dead state. All right, those dry bones. You see this as dumb. You can't see the prophecies. There's no faith. As it says, where there's no vision, the people perish. All right, you're already dead. I mean, being quickened by the Spirit. You're dehydrated and have no living water. It says, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of Yahweh. All right. The knowledge of the resurrection and belief in the resurrection. And actually understanding that a death, has no sting. Okay? When you take away and understand what death is, the carnal man can't do nothing to the spirit. Yahweh Shai said that in, I believe, Matthew, the 10th chapter. I believe it's like 30. I might be in the wrong. I might be in the wrong. Yep. 28. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right. You know, we truly believe in, reincarnation. We know that when you die, it's not the end of it. All right. It says, when ye shall live again, what's that, second Esdras? And second Esdras 14 and 35, man. But let's go back here. Yeah, it says, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved it is the power of the Most High. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Okay? Yeah, this world is done. The wisdom of this world, is going to be shown as foolishness. As it says here, where is the wise, where is the scribe, where is the disputer of the world? Hath not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? All right, and actually says that, and let's see if I can find it real quick. Jeremiah, pertaining to the rulers of this world, concerning Jeremiah 49:7, concerning Edom. All right. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is the counsel perished? For the prudent is there from the prudent? All right. Is their wisdom vanished? All right. So, in this time of destruction with which we're seeing the Lord, activate and activate these devils' self-destruction. All right, firsthand, We're seeing his, these end-time prophecies come to pass, and that comes with, civil war, economic collapse, and great wrath coming down from, Esau, Edom, the devil, the so-called palm-colored, self-proclaimed white man. So where did all that wisdom go? Why can't you stop the downfall? Well, because the Lord had put a bounds. The Lord put bounds on your rulership, and you approaching that 250 mark. Okay, verse 21. It says, for after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not. The world by wisdom. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. So who's going to be saved? Those that have the faith. All right? Those Israelites that have the faith. All right? Because the other ones is caught up in this world, caught up in believing what these oppressors is doing is going to save them, thinking that and that's how that gift going to destroy the heart. Suck you. That when Esau throw that net out there, he going to catch, those that are caught up in the wisdom of this world, and carnality. He's gonna catch him in that digital reset. All right, and they're gonna be captured and made a part of his system. Okay, so let's get Romans 3:3. It says, "For what if some did not believe, shall the unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid, yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged." Okay? So these things will, come to pass no matter what the unbeliever says. Okay? You got to be spiritual, to receive, that salvation and the be a part of those first fruits. Ultimately predestined by the Most High. 1 Corinthians 15:50 says, "Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption." All right, and that is speaking about these physical bodies, but hey, know that first, the first thing to get changed is your mind. All right, and it says in 2 Peter, so I can't think of how it goes. I just gotta go where it's at. Yeah, that stirring up of your pure minds by way of remembrance. 2 Peter 3:1. "This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance," because it's in our spirit. Hey, that our faith, goes back to our spirit. Those that believe, one time ago, are now believing, today. Jeremiah 1:9. "Then the Lord Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth and said, and Yahweh said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, the prophets speak the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai." Okay. I have this day set over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. Okay? We're throwing down this beast system via the words of prophecy and building, and watching, the Lord work his work. All right? And building, as he moves the spirit on the kings of this earth to do what they do. All right? And the rest of the world to follow suit. All right? And we're planting that seed that hey, salvation is on the way. We building up, Yasharallah. All right? Which is this new, the next in the power seat, Lord willing, it comes soon. Okay, we know it's gonna come. So with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. The next time I say Shalom.